Hi guys, Varun here from Phone and what you're looking at here are the Herman Miller office chairs or computer chairs. So we spend a lot of time every day in front of a computer, and generally if you use a very low cost chair, you tend to get a back pain or a neck pain and all that. So 5 years back or so, I kind of discovered this new brand called Herman Miller, which basically made these awesome chairs. So this is the one I have here. So this is the Herman Miller Aeron. This is a pretty expensive chair. So let me come to the pricing later. First, let me tell you what it does. So this is an Herman Miller Aeron, and the one I'm sitting on is a bigger brother to that, the Herman Miller Embody. So these two are the most expensive, one of the most expensive chairs you can buy in India, anywhere in the world, and they are most preferred for people who work long hours in front of a computer, at least 6-7 hours or more. You should get one of these chairs, and there are even other brands out there in the market, but we managed to get both of these for a quick spin thanks to Herman Miller who sent this over. So we thought we'll actually give you guys an overview as to what these chairs are capable of and what they actually do, what's the function, what's the purpose, and then you could consider getting one of these if you actually spend a lot of time in front of a computer. So let's go ahead and find out what the Herman Miller Embody and Aeron look like. So these chairs actually are ergonomic chairs. You might have heard the term, mainly related to your posture. So we spend a lot of time sitting in front of a computer, mostly in these either plastic chair or even a low cost computer chair. And what these chairs do is kind of hurt your back. You might have noticed if you sit for long hours in front of a computer or even anything in a desk work. So these chairs are meant to solve that problem. So nobody wants a bad back at the end of the day, right? So this is something related to your health, and also gamers, professionals who spend a lot of time in front of a computer definitely need to consider upgrading their chair. So this is a video we thought we'll kind of highlight those facts to you. So as you can see, I'm sitting on the Herman Miller Aeron right now. So the one here, you couldn't see it in the previous frame. So this is the Herman Miller Embody. So this is priced at about $1,500 or upwards, about 1.2 lakhs or so in India. And as you can see, it has some really interesting patterns. So this is the pattern on the back of the chair, and it kind of gives you the correct posture to your spine. So as you might have heard, many people suffer from spinal cord related injuries and problems, mainly because of sitting at a wrong posture in front of a computer. So if you have any back problems and you are in the business of sitting in front of a computer for a long hours of time, you should probably consider getting one of these. This is probably rated one of the best chairs to come out of Herman Miller. Beautiful looking chairs. It comes in various colors. As you can see, even the design is very kind of thin to let in a lot of air. The fabric, this is a fabric over here, and you also have height adjustable handles, and even the width can be adjusted. So you can actually push it back by doing this, or push it to yourself. So we'll show that in the, for example, in the Aeron you could do this. So the way you move the handles and all that, so you can get it closer to you. So the basic idea is when you work in front of a computer, most of us sit in a wrong posture. I realized it the hard way after I suffered from carpal tunnel syndrome, backache, neck pain, and all that kind of stuff, spondylitis, and most of us, I don't want many of you guys to suffer from the same stuff. So I know a lot of us, especially YouTubers, and also a lot of people in the IT industry do work a lot of hours in front of a computer. So what we actually do a lot of wrong is that sometimes we tend to keep our keyboard above like this. So what happens is that blood flow doesn't really go to the tip of the fingers, and sometimes you experience numb fingers and all that stuff. So what these chairs are supposed to do, since they're ergonomic, so the basic way you sit in front of a computer is basically like this, and your keyboard should be at the level of your hands, so the blood actually flows to the fingers and you actually type like this. So, and also your feet shouldn't be dangling or on a like a mount like this. You should probably keep it on the floor flat. So you shouldn't keep your chair way too high. I see people keeping their chair way too high and kind of letting their foot loose. So that also is not really recommended. So you should probably keep your foot flat, and also your keyboard height should be pretty close to your fingers. If you Google for ergonomic chair or ergonomic sitting position, you can find a lot more information. But in this video, I'm going to be showing how this product kind of achieves that. So as you can see, you have even this is called lumbar support on the back. So this is how it does it. So this is the Embody. So you can see the nice patterns on the back. Really good looking chair this is. And also you have tilt adjustment and all that. So if you want to tilt back, so in this chair So I am kind of having a free movement. So in case I want to lean back, so this is the way. So you can also adjust the tension and everything over here. So this is basically the height adjustment and the all that. So on the sides you have some knobs for adjusting a lot of things. So in case you want to lean forward, you can do some stuff with the play with the controls and go back, and now it's actually locked. So you don't want to be leaning back, so it's actually locked in this position, and it's pretty comfortable. I've been sitting, probably this is the reason I spend a lot of time online. This is a bad effect of it. You don't realize how many hours you're sitting in front of a chair. Even normally you'll get a sore back, you can't sit for more than 3-4 hours on a normal chair. But chairs like these, which are ergonomic, let you sit for hours together. Like at one point I realized I was working through the night, say around 11 p.m. Until 6 a.m. I was just working, and I didn't realize until I saw outside and the birds were chirping and it was bright outside. So that's a bad effect too. You work too long on this chair, but it kind of, you need to have some self-discipline and actually take some quick breaks, because sitting for long hours together in the same position is not recommended. But yeah, so even sitting for long hours doesn't give you much of a pain or anything. So I used to suffer from pain in my hands and fingers and my neck every other day. But after moving to this chair around 5 years back, never really had that such issues ever again, unless I move to a different chair if I'm not working from the same place. So then it would hurt me. But then I was actually considering this chair, upgrading my chair to the Herman Miller Embody. So that's the reason got this chair from Herman Miller, the showroom here in Chennai. So from Buildcraft Interior, if you're interested, you can find the links below. But so this chair is slightly different. So as you can see, this chair is more compact and also has a really like robust construction. But this, the Embody, is a little bit more light. As you can see, it's more ventilated, so it lets more air pass through. So sometimes I've noticed in my Aeron, sometimes when it's hard, I do sweat because of the closeness to the fabric here, and it's a bit more rugged frame here. Whereas this is much more light, and I've also read other reviewers talk about how cool they feel sitting in this chair. So that's the beauty of this chair, the Embody. And this is a knob for actually adjusting the tension on the back. So this is how you actually adjust the tension of the back support here. So you don't have an headrest, so headrests are actually not recommended, but you can also get it optionally. And this is the lock for the tilt, so that's something. If you can sit on it, you can see that, and you can actually adjust the height of the handle as well. So you can actually, I can do it on this as well. It's a little bit more complicated on this, the Aeron, but it's much more simpler on the Embody. So that's the beauty of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So here you have the knob for the height adjustment. So as you can see, this is the height adjustment, and this is the, once you actually sit on it, you can actually push it down. And as you can see, these are wheels, so you can move around freely. And the beauty is these come with about 12 years of warranty, these chairs. So although these chairs are expensive, so this one, the Embody, is about 1.2 or 1.3 lakhs, the final landing cost in India. But the Herman Miller Aeron is probably about 90,000, slightly cheaper than the Aeron, the Embody. So the Aeron probably could get a deal for about 80,000 or so if you manage to haggle a little bit. Considering these are luxury kind of products, generally you can't get much of a discount. But yeah, so these are not for everyone. So these are definitely meant for people who spend a lot of working hours in front of a comp, like it's their livelihood, and they don't want to screw up with their health. So it's expensive. You could obviously find better chairs for half the price or even lower than that. For even 5,000 bucks, you can get a decent chair. But those chairs do give you back pain if you spend too many hours in front of it. So better to consider these. So these are probably one of the best chairs I've kind of spent time on, and I've been recommended this by numerous people. So when I actually faced these issues back 5-6 years back, a lot of my friends recommended getting a Herman Miller. Back at the point of time, it was only about 60,000-70,000. I had to think like 100 times. 60,000 for a chair, is it really worth it? But 5 years fast forward, I would say definitely worth it. If you're actually in the computer game, you are in the game of dealing with over 10 hours. I spend almost 14 hours some days in front of a computer. So totally worth, and I would definitely recommend it. I kind of am torn between both the Aeron and the Embody. So that's the reason we got both for this video. So I asked the guys at Herman Miller to kind of get both the products for us because we didn't really know which one to pick. So here we are. So I'm sitting on the Herman Miller Aeron, and this is the Herman Miller Embody. Beautiful chairs. We get a chance. I think some showrooms might actually have. I think they're present in Chennai, Bangalore, and Delhi. If you get a chance, you should actually try sitting on one of these chairs. And once you start using one of these, you can never go back to any other chair. So that's the sad part. And yeah, your body kind of adjusts to it, and even the chair, once you get comfortable with it, you just love being on it. So that was a kind of an overview of what these chairs actually do. So we'll see if we can do more such interesting content. So do it a like if you like this video and want us to do more such informative videos. And thanks for watching, guys, and do subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. See you in the next video. Hi guys, Varun here from 499, and what you're looking at here are the Herman Miller office chairs or computer chairs. So we spend a lot of time every day in front of a computer, and generally if you use a very low cost chair, you tend to get a back pain or a neck pain and all that. So 5 years back or so, I kind of discovered this new brand called Herman Miller, which basically made these awesome chairs. So this is the one I have here. So this is the Herman Miller Aeron. This is a pretty expensive chair, so let me come to the pricing later. First let me tell you what it does. So this is an Herman Miller Aeron, and the one I'm sitting on is a bigger brother to that, the Herman Miller Embody. So these two are the most expensive, one of the most expensive chairs you can buy in India, anywhere in the world, and they are most preferred for people who work long hours in front of a computer, at least 6-7 hours or more. You should get one of these chairs, and there are even other brands out there in the market, but we managed to get both of these for a quick spin thanks to Herman Miller who sent this over. So we thought we'll actually give you guys an overview as to what these chairs are capable of and what they actually do, what's the function, what's the purpose, and then